Hey everybody, welcome back. So if you've been waiting as long as I have to see this tractor drive and steer under its own power, well, wait no more. I got all my steering parts rounded up, I got a bucket of oil, I probably got some other things I don't even know that I need yet. Let's get to it. So friends, obviously in the last video, I got this old orbital out, which, again, I'm not 100% convinced that it's bad. I am convinced that there's something going on there because there was hoses unhooked and I'm just shooting from the hip. Nothing more I can do. So, had a buddy that was kind enough to donate me another orbital. Brand new out of the box here. The only thing that might, and it might not even, I don't know. Back here. This one's longer where the big, I don't know if you want to call it a gear wheel, whatever. The gear wheel's longer, but this one's bigger. From any research that I've done, guys, the best I can say is it might take a few more rotations of this one to get it to turn all the way one way or the other, which, hey, I'm not concerned about that too much one way or the other myself. If it turns, it turns. That's kind of where I'm at. And this one, like I say, basically cost me nothing. So if it doesn't work, not the end of the world. I have found a replacement, an exact Massey replacement online for a couple $100, brand new. So again, not the end of the world. But for now, I'm going to pull these, put them here, and we're going to zip that back up in that tractor and move on to the next thing. Now they are marked pretty well here, these aftermarket ones. This is tank, as in return tank, pressure, B and A, which I'm assuming, since this one is also pressure, tank, same as this one, that these two are going to be the same too. Hey, I got a 50-50 chance that when I turn the wheel this way, the tractor's actually going to go this way. If not, well, I guess I got to pull those off and change them, but no big deal. Let's get these plugged in here where they go. There, good as any. Let's go stick it in this tractor. Well, everybody, welcome to the underside of a 52-year-old big tractor. I'm going to throw this little towel down here. I don't know how much that's going to help, but I'm going to put it down there anyway. Maybe I won't be completely covered in stuff when I find my way back out of here. Maybe. Okay, now. Oh, I just got to get this up in here without dropping it on my face. And I should be in good shape. Wish me luck. Oh, we're pulling a muscle. God, something in my back now hurts. It's just heavy enough. That goes like that. Gotta go up there. That'll go here. That, okay. I kind of like where this is going. This ain't the most pleasant thing I've done today. Keep that in mind. 2 bolts in the main motor are started. That's good. Now I can try to struggle with these hoses. Now that the motor will probably hold itself somewhat still. Maybe. There's that one in. Don't quite know how I'm going to get a wrench up in there to tighten it, but I'll figure something out. Okay, well, maybe that'll work. There. Perfect, guys. Now I'm just going to go grab a wrench, tighten these 4 up. I'm going to be done in the cab here. There, perfect. She's just gonna glide when we're done here, guys. She's just gonna glide. So now that that part's in, so you can see right there, that's where that flow divider valve is gonna go. I left the hard line loose so I can kind of wiggle it around and get it where it needs to be. Now on the other side of that token, I've got these two lines. One's pressure, one's return. I need to pull those off, and they've been sitting like this in the open for so long, I just fear that there's probably mud dauber nests or who knows what. There could be anything. They've been sitting wide open just like that. So I think it'd be wise for me to pull those off, bring them in my barn, and just flush them out with something. That way, that's just a little peace of mind to tell me that, yes, they are indeed clear. So now I got to go up under there. All right, let's get up under here. There's that. There's those. There's this. Hey, that's not so bad. Okay, so here's the two hoses. Here's one. This is the return line. Goes back in the loop. This is the oh, there we go. This is the pressure coming right off the back of said pump over there. And let me see if I can sneak those out of there. Everything's got to be a battle, doesn't it? Okay, well, how are we going to figure this one out? It ain't going to turn all the way around because it's going to hit. So if I tighten this one down, will it help me or hurt me? There we go. There, see? Nothing to it, easy peasy. Gotta get my footing better. Nope, there's no way that that's gonna be great. How am I gonna get my body to be comfortable to push on a wrench? Boy, you know, everything's easy enough to get to, guys, but it sure is awkward. Let's move you over here. And there's 15,000 of us all underneath this tractor at once. It's okay, there's room for everyone. There. Okay. Okay, there's one. And there's two. All right, come on out of there, you. Excellent. I'm going to flush some fluid or whatever through those things, get them all cleaned out, and get them put back in. Well, guys, I was kind of wondering how exactly I was going to get this through, and then it hit me. Just turned the trusty air compressor up to wow. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but let's pour some oil in. Let's get something for the other end of the hose. And let's just hit it with a few PSI of compressed air and so you see here, don't mind all the bubbles. I think that's just from the compressor, but this little bunch of grass and whatever else, that's the stuff I did not want to send through my new valve. So I'm going to flush this hose a few times, hit the other one exactly the same, and I think I'll be in good shape. Hey guys, the next thing I want to cover is getting oil in this thing. Now guys, the fine people at Massey Ferguson, see that hole right there? That's the transmission / steering end of the hydraulic fill for this tractor. What a dumb place for that to be. I mean, sure, they did cut a hole in the ladder, but all that was is a 90 with a plug on top. You still got to get something way down in there, so we're going to solve all those problems. And I tell you what, What a bear that was to get out of there. Never mind that now. We got it out. That's the main thing. But I went to my local helpful place. Got some plumbing here. And got a cap that was on it, piece of threaded rod. I'm going to do on this one exactly like I did on my 1805 and make this a whole lot handier to use. Figure out how much of this I want in here. I'm going to take this cap, drill a hole through it, and I bought this piece of threaded rod, which is going to act as my dipstick tube, or my dipstick. So that way, you know, at least I got an idea how much oil's in it. Now, I will say this, and this was kind of comforting. When I got the old stuff off of there, she's still full of oil, so, I mean, that's good. You've always got the chance when you dig into something that's been sitting a long time that it'll be dry, or who knows what. Maybe low, doesn't matter. But the way that is, it kind of tells me that everything's still holding together inside, and it ain't real oily around anything. So, I mean, that's good too. My 1805, I've been plugging leaks in that thing since I've had it. Still leaks oil. But the beautiful thing is I've got like 35 bucks into all this. So if they'd have done it right in 1972 by giving you a little bit extra instead of this, I mean, this basically would have cost Massey probably an extra $3 at that time. But hey, whatever. 50 years later, I'm going to make it right. If I can reach this from up here. I got to sneak up under there with this pipe wrench. Get that snug down nice. It's easier to go from the other side, so I'm going to do that. Now I got myself a handy little tube sticking out here. Easy to just access it with a funnel, no problem. Let me go make the dipstick tube for this thing, and yeah, this will be a done deal. So basically what I'm going to do here is kind of bottom my dipstick out, get an idea where I'm going to stick it on here, and since I bought threaded rod, I'm just going to hack her off there. I'm going to drill this out so it fits, put a nut on either end with a little rubber washer, and bingo bango. We have now made this tractor better than it once was. Just like that, we now have a way to, because I mean, guys, sometimes it's dark out or whatever. We got a way to pull this. If there's oil on the end, give it full send. Boy, look at that little Explorer. What you up to, Fluffy? Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, let's see if this goes. Wonderful. All right. Like it. Nice. Look at that. See, I got an inch or so of oil up on the stick here, so this thing is far better than it ever was. I suppose we've got all the bases checked now except for the flow divider valve, so let's get to that. Well, guys, we're a day into the future here, and look at here, I got my flow divider in. This showed up last night. Thanks, Shane, for sending it to me. I appreciate it more than you can imagine. I've been through the ports. Everything's clear. I didn't bother pulling the valves actually on it. Maybe I'll kick myself later for this, I'm not sure, but aside from a broken spring, there's not much that can go wrong with that. So I think I'm just going to wing it right now, go out there, put it on the tractor, and then let's go get this thing on the rig. Now guys, with the hood on this tractor, because, well, that's just where it is right now. Getting up in there is going to be a little cumbersome, but I'm just going to do the best I can, because, let's see. Yep, that'll probably work. I'm going to do the best I can. I can't do any more than that. Okay. Hell there. Come on, I just want my hat. Get rid of the rest of that. There we go. Okay. Hi there. Like I said, a little cumbersome, but I'll get it. There are no words, really. See if I can get this tight. Wouldn't hurt to have a third hand in here. I don't know where I'd put it. Gotta take a rest. I just gotta get that thread started, but yeah, being in here like this, middle of my back hurts, top of my back hurts, my left arm hurts. Nothing to it. I'm ready to drive this tractor. All right, so that is in position. Hose is hooked. One bolt. That's gonna have, it won't stay that way, but for now, that's, if I gotta pull that bugger back out of there again, I guess pulling one bolt would be easier than pulling two. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys under a roof here, because, you know, it's raining now. Why wouldn't it rain? there though. It at least turns a little bit now, so hey, that's a good start. I can tell I still got bubbles everywhere, so I got a lot of bleed to do. So let me get back with you. Well guys, so we got a couple good things. Yes, it turns. It doesn't turn great, but there is so much air in that system. It's terrible. So here's my thoughts. One, it turns, but it turns the wrong way. So if I turn it this way, it goes, I got to get up in there, switch the hoses. I had a 50-50 chance, and I got it wrong. Don't tell me you've never been there, because I know we've all done it. So let me get those hoses changed out. I think I'm going to try and fire it up, get it back in the barn, because we're back in the mud country again. And with all that being said, hey, if I need to pull it out of there, I can just start it and move it out of there now. So yes, this is where I wanted to be. Mission accomplished. I can work on bleeding stuff out while it's in there, one way or another. It's already twisted the other belt, so I mean, power steering belts all the belts are junk, so that's all gonna have to go anyway. But let me get that switched out, let me get the barn opened up, and let's see if we can manage to get this thing inside. There's a lot of air coming out of there. Maybe switching these hoses will help it to bleed some of that out. I don't know. Hey guys, here goes nothing. Now, keep in mind that there's still a lot of air in that system and it doesn't turn all that great, but as long as I could point the back end of it in there, excellent. Let's try it. Boy, guys, do I ever have my hands full with this whole thing. Ha! She just fit in by a scotch, which is plenty. Now, here's where the fun begins. That thing is leaking like a son of a bitch. And that's fine, I understand that. It's inside now where I can at least get to it. My guess is probably all the O-rings and the seals inside are shot, which I can still access all those, so no big deal. I don't think any less about it. I wouldn't have been able to move this tractor without that piece. Everything inside is rebuildable, so no big deal. She's already got the belts all tittywampus, so yeah, I expected it probably would. No big deal there either. I mean, basically everything that's going on, I already expected to happen, so no big deal. But hey, let's take away some positives. I got to drive that tractor today. Was it perfectly perfect without any troubles in driving it around the field? No, of course not, but I didn't expect it to be. I hoped it would be, but I didn't expect it. So now that I got it in the shop and I don't have to lay down in the mud anymore to work on it, I can start pulling that stuff apart and I can take you guys along for the journey. I think we'd be very well off to get the hydraulic filter changed, get a pair of belts in there, unhook the cylinder, the steering ram, turn this bitch back and forth until it's got all the air bled out of it. I think that's going to be the only way that this is actually going to work. I don't think she's going to bleed out on her own. So, but other than that, when it does steer, it steers really easy. Just like you got easy steering and then nothing, and then easy steering and nothing. But hey, you know what? That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. So guys, that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to call that one a success, even though it was partially successful. A success nevertheless. It's inside, now I can work on it when it's raining or muddy. So yeah, good for me. Cheers everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.